Hi-ho, friends! Welcome to my second video. Today I want to talk about Zazen, which is basically the Rinzai Zen Buddhist word for meditation. So I left full-time monastic Zen practice. I departed the monastery 4 years ago. And a fair question might be, why are you still shaving your head? Are you trying to hide the fact that you have male pattern baldness? No. A fair question might be, what have you been doing with yourself? The answer is, I've been taking a break from career Zen. I say career Zen, what I mean is it's like a regular job. You have responsibilities, you show up and do them, not drunk, wearing pants. It's like any other job. Intermission. So I'm making these videos up as I go along. I am highly caffeinated and relatively spastic today. I just watched some of this footage. It's horrifying, but I will press forward, and I thank you for your patience. He's the bit of a ham. He's the bit of a ham. He's a bit of a ham. You're a monk. You're in a lineage. There are people who are watching over you, paying your bills, donating to your temple. Time to make the donuts. Gotta teach these new students. Gotta put the rice on for lunch. Gotta pay the monastic bills. Gotta sit there for like 3 solid weeks to write a donation letter to email out at New Year's. You can't imagine how long those letters used to take, This is like career Zen. I'm getting to my point, I promise. I've discovered how to edit these videos too, so I'm assuming this is going to be very choppy. Like this will be cut out. I guess what I'm trying to say is I wanted to take a break from that. And I stopped practicing. When you drink too much tequila and then you regurgitate your lunch with force and deliberation, and then for like a year after that you can't touch tequila? That was kind of like what Zen practice was like for me. More recently, as my brain has gotten more and more scattered, as I've come to discover once again that you can't use your mind to fix your mind. You can't think your way to a solution to your problems, to your angst, to your depression, to your anxiety. You can't read the right book that's going to cure you of your ills mentally and spiritually. I have to practice, and not just Zen practice, because I don't give up about Zen practice anymore, okay? What I care about is what works, okay? I'm living in the world like probably 95% of the 4 or 5 people watching this video are. I'm paying my bills, I've got an apartment, got a wonderful girlfriend who has a teenage son, I live in a foreign country, I squint and go like this and say, sorry, English? When people talk to me on the street, because I live in Vienna, as I said, I don't speak German. I live a busy life just like you after having lived that monastic life. And what I need to know now is what works. And so now we will talk about Zazen. Za means sitting. Zen means, basically the word Zen comes from the word Chan, which comes from the word jhana, which is like a mispronunciation of the original Pali word, which means like single pointed concentration. Okay, so when you see a bunch of pictures of monks in black robes, they're sitting zazen. Just like pause for a second and contemplate the fact that what we call meditation in Rinzai Zen Buddhism is really just, the word is just sitting meditation. Okay, what does that mean? Well, it means there's also, for example, walking meditation. So at the monastery, when we did our Daisa Shin retreats, which were 7-day retreats, you'd wake up at 3:30 in the morning, you'd go to bed at 9:30, 10 at night. Every single second, minus bathroom and sleep, during these retreats is formal practice of some kind, okay? So you're doing the waking up Zen. You're doing walking to the Zendo Zen. You're doing entering the Zendo Zen. You're doing bowing at your cushion Zen, you're doing sitting down at your cushion Zen, then you're doing sitting Zen, okay? Every second of that day was teaching me how to live, was teaching me how every moment is single-pointed concentration, meditation, or Zen. Okay. So I'll try and put this into words, and I guess in the comments section, y'all can correct me. When you sit, when you're doing sitting meditation or zazen, the practice is just sitting. What I was taught was you manifest breathing completely. My teacher will go, he's a bit of a ham. From the tanden, but 2 inches below the belly button, 2 inches back. So it's from the belly. My teacher would say, everything in your face should be relaxed, except you can flare your nostrils like a Mustang that's chasing a mare when it's in heat. Okay, so can you understand what I'm saying, and can you feel what I'm saying, and can you try and do it yourself when you're doing your sitting meditation? Because that's zazen. You are manifesting breathing. Okay, what's happening when you're breathing? The inside world physically coming out through your nostrils. You're breathing out, putting carbon dioxide into the air, feeding all the plants. That activity comes to an end. Then there's that point where the out-breath and the in-breath like switch positions. Now you're inhaling and you're taking in oxygen. The world is feeding you. It's giving you life, okay? Those trees that you fed with your out-breath are giving back to you through your inhale. My head is always going crazy, as you can see. And the practice that was given to me was really, really, really clear. If you're doing breath practice, which is to say just simply putting your mind and your attention, your single-pointed concentration into the activity of the exhale, doing it so completely that the inhale is natural, and the exhale, you give everything that you've got inside. You give your down to the day you were born, to your last penny, to all your oxygen. You give it away. He's a bit of a ham. And then the world fills you with infinite treasures and oxygen so you can breathe, okay? This is a practice. This is an activity, and it's bigger than our thinking. It's bigger than all the picadillos and points of form and things I learned during my career Zen phase. This is it. I mean, the breath, it's like a furnace that just burns through illusion, burns through your anxiety, burns through depression, burns through doubt. Okay, but it's I don't want to fetishize the physical aspects of it, because fetishizing it makes it mental. You just do it, and there's nothing else to know. What happens is when you do it, it's like hitting a reset button. Okay, so you do that breathing activity completely in sitting Zen. You do it completely, and you have no idea how much lunacy you're bringing to the cushion with you when you sit down. I mean, I speak from personal experience. I've realized this lately as I've begun to sit again on my own. I've begun to realize how much activity, how much storytelling, how much framing, how much ambition and aggression and hope and desire I'm coming to the cushion with. I mean, it is overwhelming apparatus, okay? Sometimes sometimes I only get through it towards the end of a sit. I'm still convincing myself I'm sitting sometimes, but I'm thinking, okay, remember, there's a switch that has to happen. Do the breathing completely, and then your mind will start working, and it'll be so happy that you were able to disappear for 1 instant in a breath, and the mind is reborn the instant later. And there's a part of you that's like, yay, I did it, I'm sitting, I'm meditating, woohoo! The practice is then, give yourself back to the breath, okay? It's a physical activity. That's sitting Zen. But you can do Zen anywhere, can't you? Because you're always doing some kind of activity. You're always doing something. And the practice really is to get out of your freaking head and to do the activity completely. So you can call it single-pointed concentration. You can also call it giving yourself to the activity that you're doing. So when we worked in the kitchen during a retreat, it was kitchen Zen or kitchen practice. So you're not sitting there mindfully cutting a carrot like, oh, the textures, and oh, the thought arose of the color orange, noting color orange. In Zen, there's nothing wrong with that, but in Zen, the practice is you do it completely. Like there's no difference between sitting Zen and chopping carrot Zen. You're doing the activity completely. And I just want, there's like a transfusion of energy and attention and focus and concentration, and you really can think of it as like love. That's a good way to think about it because that it's human and it's inspiring. So, but another word is, if you're mathematically minded, focus. Focus, as my mom used to say, focus, please focus on your task. Focusing on cutting the carrot, not thinking, not getting lost in your thinking. You're connecting to the activity. That's Zazen. You're connecting. My mentor used to say, it's all about connection. He was from New York. Come on, it's all about connection, Zen. Mostly we have a loop, and it's like we're up here. The loop is taking place up in the head. We're thinking about what we're doing, then we're making adjustments in our mind as the situation changes, but we're mostly caught in a vicious circle inside our heads. The practice of Zen is turn your energy outward, come out of yourself into the situation and do whatever it is you're doing completely. So that's giving. Give yourself to the task completely. My teacher used to give me hugs during our Zen practice. He would just, oh, Gento-san, oh, completely, I hug. One. You find yourself in a very stressful moment. You find yourself like on the train, and it's hot, and there's all these people all around you, and one of them's not wearing a mask, and he's coughing into his sleeve, but he's missing it, and he's spewing saliva on your arm. You know, there's another creeper across the way kind of looking at you, and you're thinking about your job. You're wondering, is this it? Is this all that life has to offer me? You know how it is, like when the screw is tightened in life. This is Zen practice. You don't repress those thoughts, feelings, or anxieties. You don't indulge them. You let them arise and disappear like the weather. And what you can do with your mind is get in your body. So I'm imagining holding the pole at the on a metro. You know, do holding the pole Zen. Your feet on the ground Zen. You know, and you don't have to make a performance out of it, but you just do the physical activity completely, and you connect with your surroundings, and you connect with the activity. I mean, if you're taking a dump, if you're making coffee, if you're eating a carrot, if you're in an office meeting and people are really stressing you out, and you're performing your role, and you feel like a complete, office space robot, remember, you're sitting on a chair. Sit on the chair. Sit up straight. Sit on the chair. Do the activity. The physical activity that you're doing completely. You dissolve your thinking mind into the activity completely. That's Zen. Okay, thank you for your patience. We got through my first video. This is going to be my first video. I shot another one before this, but I've actually just been informed that it sucks, and so I'm going to use this one instead. So, thank you. This is it. First video. Please hit the subscribe button and the like button. That can really help me. Also, I'm going to put my Patreon link in the description below. With your help, I can keep making these videos. Without your help, I basically shrivel up and die like the Wicked Witch of the East in a thunderstorm. So, seriously, thank you.